Your life. Please welcome to the stage, Cynthia Clark.
Hi everybody, I'm Cynthia Clark and I need a psychologist. Oh, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I meant to say I am a psychologist. And not too long ago, I read a study a social study on how many jobs we will all have in our lifetime. The social study said we will all have at least 12 jobs. Some people are lucky to have one. I've had 53.5. Now, one of my jobs was as a copywriter for news. That was years ago. Today, when I hear news, it confuses me because they'll say in a horrible, terrible tragedy, 3,000 innocent people died. How do we know they were innocent? I don't get that. I've also been a nurse, a firefighter, and a Playboy bunny. And people, when they hear that, ask me what issue was I in. Okay, normally people ask me what issue I was in. And I say things like, does this give you a clue? Okay, yeah, that's usually the response I get. Or this. Okay, nothing. All right, how about this? All right, guys, come on. I was a server at the Playboy Mansion. Never did an issue. But those of you for a moment who pictured me naked, thank you. And those who didn't, you have to try harder. Now, I am a psychologist. I'm a forensic psychologist, which means I work with aberrant behavior. One of those behaviors is stalkers. And stalkers are terrible people because they watch you from afar, they hunt you down, they will go in your garbage and see what you ate, what you drink, who you went here and there with, what you buy. That's what I do every morning. I've also interviewed 77 serial killers. People ask me why. Okay, y'all are not accommodating at all. People ask me why. Well, at the time, I was working on my doctorate for research. They're a captive audience. And since the apps aren't working for me, I was looking for my next husband. Now, there are reasons to marry a serial killer. They're not bad. Tax deduction, and I don't have to put any of the work in for that deduction. Easy peasy. Another thing, I don't have to worry about an ex-girlfriend or a boyfriend, hunting me down on social media or coming to my house because they're all dead. And also, setting up a registry for our wedding is pretty simple. We don't want much. Bleach, lye, shovels, hacksaw. I mean, we're registered at Ace Hardware, Home Depot, and any cemetery, but we prefer used plots. Much easier to hide the body there. Also, just think about if we were to make a hybrid, a serial killer and a forensic psychologist. Make a baby. So one day I go in to see him, mandatory because of the tax deduction, and he passes his juices under the table. I get them, I get up, go to the bathroom, get out my trusty dusty turkey baster, because every woman carries a turkey baster in their purse, right? Right? Okay, at least one of you has to have a turkey baster besides me. And then I do the deed. 9 months later, I produce a little baby, and it grows up to find itself. Okay, to find itself. Speaking of babies, one that is not a serial killer, I have one who is no longer a baby, except to me. And the other day we were having lunch with a friend who's a name dropper. I hate name droppers. How about you guys? Okay, yeah, it was just so exhausting. It was Brad Pitt this, and Angelina Jolie that. And finally I looked at my daughter and I said, enough already, George Clooney. My daughter is normally kind of loving. It's the kinda that really matters. But she thinks I'm pretentious. And I don't understand that. You know, at night when she calls me and says, "Good night, Mom," just because I say to her, "No, it's good night, Dr. Clark." Why would you think I was pretentious? I mean, she's a good kid though. And I'm Cynthia Leah Clark. Thank you all very much.
Keep it going for Cynthia.